Okay, I'm back. I'm better. I'm going to answer this. Respectful question. Why is it so hard for white women to form a sisterhood community? Buckle up. So there's a short answer to this and a long answer to this and a lot of nuance, but I'm going to give you my take. And here it is. White women have a really hard time forming a sisterhood community because we don't trust each other. And we don't trust each other because we treat each other the way that we treat black women when black women are not around. And I'm going to explain that. So here's the thing about whiteness. Whiteness, like, this is how I conceptualize it. Whiteness is a fractal, right? So a fractal is a shape that is the same at large scale as it is at small scale. Tree, branch, twig. That's a fractal. Whiteness works the same way. Whiteness structures itself the same way in the nation that it does in the community, that it does in the family. And that happens because whiteness, to me anyway, is a set of values, not necessarily a set of beliefs. And I'm talking about whiteness as like distinct from white supremacy. This is just like, this is the value system that kind of our country is based on, kind of a lot of us were raised with. And it's not predicated on belief. You can change your beliefs and still be in the value system of whiteness. So this is just how I conceptualize it to myself. So the thing that whiteness, one of the things that whiteness values a lot is hierarchy. And it's a very specific kind of toxic hierarchy where all of the good stuff goes up and all of the bad stuff goes down. So the higher you are in the hierarchy, the more benefit of the doubt you get, the more accommodations you receive, the more people are willing to like humor you, the more power you get, whether it's political, social, monetary power. Just the more protection and status you have. The lower you are in the hierarchy, the more you get shit on. The lower you are on the hierarchy, the less respect you're entitled to, the less care, the less concern. And the people lower down on the hierarchy are also the receptors of a lot of redirected negative emotions from the people higher on the hierarchy. And for example, people who are born in the white women box are heavily socialized to redirect their anger away from the people above them and down to the people below them, right? That's why you'll see a white woman who got cheated on her husband go into a store and make a cashier cry, right? Who got cheated on her husband? Blech. Or like a white woman who like got yelled at by her boss, goes home and shits all over her kids, right? Because white women are heavily socialized to redirect that anger downward. And the thing is, that hierarchy exists no matter who's there. So as soon as a black woman comes in, she's automatically at the bottom of the hierarchy and she gets all the shit. But if there are no black women or whatever, or like other people who are lower on the hierarchy, then white women will do it to each other. Every white woman I know has a story of being abandoned, abused, exploited, like by a white woman she considered as a friend. And so we don't trust each other. And because I think we think of white supremacy as a set of beliefs and not think about the values aspect of whiteness, it's really hard for us to deconstruct why we treat each other that way. And I think it's really hard for us to actually build a true sisterhood community that's not just based on like support all women except for the ones I don't like. And the thing about it is, one last thing, I don't want to ramble too much, but the one last thing about it is that hierarchy exists, that value system exists everywhere. You can see it in small Southern white women church community, and you can also see it in white women-coded, well, I mean, white men do it too, but you can also see that hierarchy in white leftist spaces progressive blue leftist spaces, it's pervasive and it's harmful. And I think it's something that we really need to talk about deconstructing in terms of how we interact with each other. So that's my take. Let me know what you think.